Hello everyone, welcome back to Financial News. I'm Ron Jankowski with Channel 4 and Palos Heights. Today is June 12th, 2023. I had to take a look at that because the time is going by so fast. My co-host here is Paul Munichel from Ameriprise Financial, and Paul's going to give us an update of what's going on in the marketplace. And again, as usual, I have the last minute information from Ameriprise. We'll share it with the viewers when you're finished.
Great, thanks Ron. Today I'm going to give a monthly market recap for the viewers at home. So, starting with the S&P 500, the index rises up 10% on the year. We've had optimism over artificial intelligence combined with significant gains in NVIDIA last month, which helped propel the tech-heavy NASDAQ material higher as well. The S&P 500 index, meanwhile, posted a small gain of positive 0.4%, but it was enough to lift the index to positive 10% on the year. The CBOE VIX index fell to the lowest levels since 2019. As June unfolds, investors have already begun to look past the debt ceiling drama, outside of some concerns about a potential liquidity drain in the market, as the Treasury Department must refill the nation's coffers starting this month. However, we believe that concern may be overdone, at least from a stock perspective. With $5.3 trillion sitting in money market funds, that's according to ICI data, there's plenty of liquidity on the sidelines, in our view, for additional Treasury insurance over the coming weeks, Treasury issuance, for additional Treasury issuance over the coming weeks and months, as well as stock purchases, should investors want to move off the sidelines. In the next quarter or two, market focus might shift back to inflation or interest rates. The upward movement of the stock market could offset the Fed's effort to contain inflation, but that quote-unquote wealth effect might be counterbalanced by tighter bank lending as banks become more cautious after the recent liquidity crunch. Now, there are some macroeconomic factors that will likely drive the stock market for the rest of the year, with investors being sharply focused on inflation, interest rates, employment, geological events, banking activities, and importantly, though lessly discussed, potentially a higher rate of failure among businesses that cannot afford to refinance. Some advice to consider might be to avoid timing mistakes and focus on what you can control. We believe long-term opportunities will eventually present themselves to patient investors. So we just have to wait and see how this all plays out, but that's kind of how we think things might unfold.
Okay, Paul, and as of this morning from Ameriprise, we also received the following. The U.S. stock futures are higher this morning, following a higher close last week, marking 4 consecutive weeks of gains and the technical end of the bear market. At the end, I don't know, that's questionable.
Technical.
Okay. Markets in Asia closed mostly higher, led by Japan, a 0.5% plus. The Hong Kong flat, but off the session low, and Europe mostly higher at midday.
Seems like globally the markets are going up here. That's a good sign.
It is, and the U.S. Treasury yields are unchanged, with the 10-year at 3.74% and the 2-year at 4.57%, as investors wait the Fed's rate decision on this Wednesday. That'll be an interesting meeting.
Yep.
The feeling is that they're going to pause on interest rates, any further gains, so we'll see what happens.
I don't try and predict that stuff anymore. We'll wait and see what the Fed
exactly.
decides.
You never know what the decision is. Bitcoin futures are down 0.6%. Gold is up 0.1%. After gaining 0.4% last week. WTI WTI crude is down nearly 3% after losing 2% last week. Well, that's a nice loss. Hopefully, we'll see the gains on reducing the fuel at the gas pumps.
Potentially.
Index year-to-date returns are as follows. S&P 500 is a plus 11%, Dow Jones a plus 2%, NASDAQ is a plus 26%. So things are kind of
Getting a little
good,
better.
a little better.
Yep.
Slow, but it's happening.
Going in the right direction.
Thank you, Paul, for the update. Stay with us. We'll be right back with our show called Your Money. And Paul usually has a very interesting topic to cover. Will wait for us. We'll be right back. And we're back with Your Money. Thank you for staying with us. Our topic today is, if you're expecting a baby on the way, is there some preparation that has to be done? Paul, take it from there.
Absolutely. So we're going to give you some ways that you can prepare financially for welcoming that new baby. Of course, it's going to be incredibly exciting, but there's a lot to prepare for. In addition to assembling the crib and ensuring you have enough bottles on hand, you should anticipate that the arrival of the newborn will come with financial considerations. So today, we've got some items to keep in mind as you wait to meet your new bundle of joy. So, number one, consider childcare expenses. So, according to Childcare Aware of America, the average annual price of childcare for the year 2022 was $10,853. Now this figure represents roughly 10% of the average married couple's yearly income, and it jumps to 33% for single parents. Now whether you choose daycare, a nanny, or a babysitter, or if you plan to scale back on your paid work time in order to care for your child, it's probably safe to assume that childcare will quickly become a major living expense. Number two, think about lifestyle costs. So between diapers, formula, clothes, and other necessities, babies are expensive, and they remain so as they grow older. Extracurriculars for toddlers to teens like sports, music, performing arts, they often come with a price tag. Add on the fact that many growing families decide to buy bigger houses and bigger cars, and it's easy to see how lifestyle costs can creep up on parents. Number three, prepare for college tuition. The cost of college continues to rise at a pace faster than inflation, meaning the sooner you can start saving for your child's higher education, the better. Setting aside even a modest amount of money each month can make a big impact over the long term. Choose a savings vehicle that is right for your financial situation, risk tolerance, and goal amount. One of the most popular options is a College 529 plan, which is specifically designed to help families save for education expenses. Point number four, reassess your financial position. So with a baby on the way, it's critical to keep in mind that unexpected events can affect your finances at any time. Resolve to build or maintain an emergency fund that could cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, in addition to prioritizing your retirement savings. After your baby arrives, update your estate plan and insurance coverage, your medical, your life, your disability policies, all of them as necessary. Point number five, teach good financial habits. Kids learn about money first and foremost from their parents, which means you can help them become financially literate. At a young age, you can teach them about the difference between needs and wants. As they grow older, you can educate them on budgeting and saving. the benefits of delayed gratification, and how to build lifelong healthy habits around money. Point number 6, plan for your family bucket list. Now, many parents dream of showing their children new places and allowing them to have a variety of experiences. Think about what activities matter to you and incorporate them into your financial plan. Taking an annual vacation, owning a vacation home, buying season tickets to your favorite team, or purchasing a boat are some common goals for many families. Expanding your family often has a way of putting priorities into perspective. If you would like an objective opinion on how to best plan for your goals, talk with your financial advisor in your area who can help guide you in these areas, because they will be difficult, they will be challenging, but you can do it. So contact your advisors and seek their guidance and help.
Paul, you mentioned caregiver costs is over $10,800. That would be a part-time person assisting in the household?
It's varies so much. It depends.
There's a
on all
huge
the
variable
different
to that.
levels. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
the average cost that you can plan on. Of course, it can be 2, 3, 4 times more than that.
Yeah.
It all depends what level of
Especially
help
if you
need.
have a live-in.
Oh,
I mean, it can go up to 4 times
it
easily.
can get very expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just wanted to mention that because our family is going through that. So with a live-in, and boy, it is expensive to do, especially if both the parents have jobs and they can't afford to be at home.
Hard. You should be the live-in.
I should be the live-in. What am I doing here? I'm giving the news with you. Okay. Well, thank you, Paul, for the update. Paul Munico with Ameriprise Financial and myself, Ron Jankowski with Channel 4, we wish you good investment day.